You're welcome. All right, good morning, everyone. Let's kick it off here. Okay. Hope everyone had a good long weekend. Came on Friday session on the S&P. Well, we've got two sessions really to look at, but we'll just look at Friday's session. You can see there really just kind of drifted lower throughout the session. Not a whole lot of leadership on the day. We continue to keep an eye on the comments coming out the Fed, continuing to watch what's going on in Ukraine. We did have some oaks ramming gates and stuff in Ukraine, but nothing really comes out of it. It just kind of seems like the people are really just trying to keep them on the station. But more or less, very little leadership to go on. The one thing that did happen of real importance, I think, is obviously the Chinese PMI numbers as of yesterday. Really soft numbers, to say the least. The lowest numbers in 8 months, I think, in some of the measures that we were looking at, they were the lowest numbers in 18 months. So really, really poor there. I mean, you can see China actually had a little bit of a bounce in the back of it. A lot of people are expecting that on the back of this data piece that the Chinese government will come in and do some sort of stimulus, lower the barriers to entry to some, different types of businesses and just do some things to really get the economy going. I think it's probably a job that's going to be a little bit too big for them at the moment, but I am a bit of a China bear at the moment. So we had the Nikkei as well that played a nice little rally after also being closed. From Friday's public holiday. You see the yen kind of weakening to its lowest in about a week after some of the strong U.S. numbers that have had the dollar on such a rally. All right, if we have a look at today, we've got a lot of stocks going to ex-div. We've got Imperial at 4 Rand. We got Tula at 4, S&Ts at 433. We've got Liberty at 369. First Rand at 77. Growth Point at 79 cents. MTN at 665. MMI at 57 and RMH at 1 Rand. So quite a few divvies out there today. All right, like we said, we had the Chinese PMI numbers that were quite soft. Could obviously continue to weigh on mining stocks going forward. If you look at the entire board there, we're pretty much looking at PMI across the globe. So there's literally zero else to talk about. So keep an eye on those numbers out of the Eurozone. I would probably mostly focus on the German numbers, which are coming out at 10:30, and then obviously later in the States today. All right, let's jump into the maps. Let's have a look at the week ahead. On Wednesday, we're going to look at the Fed stress tests on banks. They're going to release those. We're going to also see it's going to have in GDP. We also have a look at industrial production there. We're going to have a look at the ICBC, which is going to report full year earnings for Industrial Commercial Bank of China out on Thursday. We're going to have the SA interest rate decision on Thursday as well, which probably could be interesting. And then we've got stocks going ex-div on the 31st. That's BGA, that's Nedbank, and that's AVI. A couple of big ones there in BGA and Nedbank. All right, let's get into the maps now. First thing we're going to have a look at is Ixora. I know we haven't looked at this in a few days, but we had been talking about it quite a lot. This thing once again closed at this massive level, which is really down here around 137. Let's just get it right. Closing levels here. You can see there closes there. We wicked down there in November, and then obviously we had a close a few sessions ago, and then we're already right back down to those lows at 137. I just want us to keep an eye on this, because if this level drops at 137, it really could get ugly. Obviously, we're coming down out of a nice bearish move over the last 2 years, really kind of culminating into this 137 level. And if it drops, I think we're going to see a significantly lower target. We could be looking at as low a target as $100. So just keep that in mind. Some of the others are dropping, namely Kumba. You guys know, obviously, if we've been onto this Kumba chart over and over. Kumba dropping out of another bear flag as of 2 sessions ago. Friday or Thursday, sorry, had every excuse in the world to get it up with some of the others rallying. This thing couldn't get up. And really just traded real poorly again on Thursday session. You can see here, obviously dropping out below this low. Short-term target take it from 370 below call it 352. We're going to be looking at a target down there around 334. And Kumba on the short term still looking for the larger term target of around 305. All right, let's look at Billy's, one of the ones that's not been not dropped support here. And you can see Billy's managing to hold that support up around closer to 317 on Thursday. We actually had dropped it in the morning. It was trading shocking. Never really traded well on the day, but we managed to hold above that level, which is important, closing at around 321, I believe. Obviously got a boost on Friday's session in London while we were closed. London's going to open a little bit lower, so maybe open somewhere between those prices this morning. All right, CFR. CFR may have given us another little chance to buy here. Sorry, let me just get this right. Another potential chance to buy on support. Obviously, we know where the support level is here on CFR, and we can see we're really kind of flirting on support and on the 200-day moving average, which is really closer to right at 100, 125. So we're kind of holding somewhere in there. I think this is important if we are able to make a reversal above these levels. Or a reversal up after holding these levels. It could be a good little area to nibble on some CFR. Vodacom holding well, and then finally breaking out as of Thursday's session above this little descending trend line. This thing looks similar to a MTN, and if you look here, there's also some sort of horizontal resistance around 128. I think if this thing gets above 128, it can really take off. So watch Vodacom closely. If it gets above 128, I don't see any reason why it doesn't take out its highs. And then the last one we'll have a look at is Amplats. These things traded incredibly well. There's some bullish news out of them on Friday with regards to I think some of the wage negotiations and things. You can see there we held perfectly on this wedge. When we came back and tested this, we've made a total, or we reversed very hard, and coming back up closer to these highs around 480. If we get above 480, obviously I think this thing can make a quick push up to around $500. But watch Impala's. Impala's is the one that's really got real upside here. If we can finally take out this level, and this level continues as we go out further to the right, this level continues to get lower and lower, and it's looking about maybe 120, 120 and a half now. So I think a break above 120 and a hold above 120, I think Impala is really going to show us some legs. So just keep that one in mind. That'll be one of my best picks if it can put some distance between it and 120. That's it for today, guys. Thanks a lot.